Hi, my name is Kylie Turnus, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the reality of ebooks and how screens are affecting us in our day-to-day lives. So, to start this off, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to just take a second to think about it. Looking back before quarantine, and not including schoolwork, how long do you think that you spent staring at a screen per day? For myself, it would be about 8 hours. And according to the Washington Post, the average for a teenager is roughly 7 to 8 hours. But again, this is not including schoolwork. The reason I'm bringing this up is because if you add on schoolwork, how much does that bump up your screen time? As college students, whether we're full-time students or not, we are constantly staring at a screen, doing research, writing essays for projects, for the speeches, we're doing lots of research and lots of staring at a screen. So with how many hours we are spending staring at a screen, how much damage do you think is being done to your eyes? When it comes to talking about ebooks and physical books and the difference between benefits and cons for either one, this is a topic that I've genuinely been really passionate about. For the past 2 or 3 years, I've done a lot of research ranging from stuff that's been written in 2019, stuff that's been written in 2013. I've written a multitude of essays on it. I just really like books, and I really like physical books and how much they genuinely help. So today I'm going to be talking about how spending time on a screen can cause mass amounts of damage to not only one's day-to-day life and their mental health, but also the damage that can be done to your body and how it's going to affect you in the long run. So going back to my previous statement, how much damage do you truly think is being done to your eyes when you spend hours upon hours and days to days staring at a screen? I have relatively bad eyesight, and I'm extremely prone to headaches, especially when I'm not wearing my glasses for too long. But my headaches become more frequent with the amount of time that I'm spent staring at a screen. So besides my own personal issues with my screen time, I have found that some of the most common symptoms in staring at a screen for too long are headaches, eye discomfort, blurred vision, and difficulty focusing. And this is found on a wide range of people who are constantly staring at any sort of screen for whatever their reason being. We are in a time and age where we are constantly using our phones, and on top of that, we're using other devices for work or schooling. I myself, in the span of these past 2 weeks, have had to write and do research for a 6-page essay, this speech, and another creative writing work, which has been a lot of time spent staring at a screen, writing and researching. On top of this, another high contributing factor to college student screen time is ebooks. Although it is completely understandable as to why ebooks can be the preferred textbook option, there is a multitude of research and studies pointing to the non-electronic option. So the best way to fix how many hours we are spent on our phones or other devices is to find different mediums that can replace activities that we currently use on these devices. For college students in particular, one of the best solutions to this issue is what format we choose to purchase our textbook in. Although it is unfortunate that sometimes the physical textbook is incredibly more expensive, there is still a wide range of places that sell the needed textbooks at a discounted price. You can always go to your campus bookstore. I have a list of websites such as Chegg, Bigger Books, campusbooks.com, textbooks.com, Better World Books, as well as Amazon. If you're able to switch to physical books, our eyes will not only have more breathing room in between the other hours that we are spent doing other schoolwork activities or just simply being on our phone or working throughout the day. Not only will this help reduce eye strain, headaches, and etc., there has been studies done that have proven that if we start using printed books more than we're using physical books, we can benefit immensely. A study I'm talking about is one that was done in Italy in 2014, where a group of people were sent to a place and they were given the same text to read. Half of the group was given the text in physical form, while the other half was given it in digital form. They had the same amount of time to read. They had the same amount of time afterwards, in between finishing it and taking a test. They were given a test. And when looking at the results, the group who read the material from the physical form scored higher than the group who read the stuff from digital form. So what does that say about using ebooks in our day-to-day lives for college? If we are going to spend so many hours studying and working hard to get the grades that we want, and we're gonna have to put in more work and more effort just because of the medium we chose to buy our book in, it's kind of an issue. Though it is understandable why college students do choose ebooks over physical textbooks. Sometimes it's simply just easier to buy. It's easier to rent a book from, I know Grossmont has my textbook. You can rent it online. It takes you immediately to where you need to be. As well as the cost. Sometimes, again, it's easier just to see it. It's easier to rent it on an ebook rather than trying to search the web for however long to find a slightly lower priced book. Not only that, but the room that physical books take up is a lot. They're heavy. It sucks to carry around campus. But although using ebooks seems like the easier option, is it really worth it if it's causing long-term harm to your body? If a person isn't willing to even try to use physical books over ebooks, as well as taking time away from their screen every day, there can be some serious damage done not only to a student's grades, but most importantly, their eyes. What I was talking about before, staring at a screen for such a long time causes things like headaches, blurred vision, eye discomfort, and eye strain, which gets worse as we get older. On top of causing eye strain, an incredibly important part of your body, using ebooks is also less beneficial for one's academics. Do you really want to be causing mass amounts of damage to your eyes because it's easier to find an ebook? Though, on the other side of this negative positive scale would be if you are able to make the switch, as well as make change to have a physical textbook and take time away from the screen, there is a multitude of good things that will follow. Not only will you be able to retain more information while studying, it's also been found that people who are reading on physical books are also able to focus for longer periods of time. This is backed with the fact that when we're using an ebook, we are open to the world. We have the internet from 2 clicks away. When you are using a physical book, you have laptop can be closed and put away unless you're studying for it. That's a different situation. We have our phones put away. We have other devices just put away rather than having your textbook open in one tab and a game or Facebook or Instagram opened in another. On top of having a more beneficial time with studying, There have also been a multitude of studies that have found those who read, just in general, have an overall better time in life. A study that was done in Liverpool University found that people who read are most likely to feel more satisfied and be less stressed in their day-to-day life. Part of this research has been that about 27% of the people that were a part of the study, who they talked to, who they interviewed, asked, said that because of the books that they were able to pick up and that they chose to read, they were more inspired to travel, and most who were more inspired to travel ended up traveling. Through this speech today, I've talked about the damage that can be done in regards to spending a mass amount of unnecessary time on a screen. What I want to try and have you guys do is, for roughly 3 days, I just want you at the end of each day to log how much time you spent on a screen, whether it's for school, work, whatever the heck, if you're on Instagram, TikTok, just having fun, versus how much time you spent off a screen, how much time you spent reading, how much time you spent outdoors, going on a walk. I want to see the difference. For myself, I have always tried to find a physical copy of any textbook I can, unless there is absolutely no way to get a physical copy of a book, then I am just using a physical book. Sometimes it is easier to find a ebook, but overall it's incredibly more beneficial to use a physical book. Tacking onto that, I have, especially in the time that we're in right now, I have tried my hardest to stay away from being on my screen. It's incredibly hard with now all schooling is moved online, but it doesn't mean that it's not impossible. I've been trying to read more, I've been trying to go outside more, which has overall been helping me a lot with stress and anxiety with everything that's going on around me. So, with going on your day, try and keep in mind how many hours you are spending staring at a screen and how you feel about it. Thank you.